And breaking right now, our first look at the sketch of the man wanted in the murder of 7-year-old Jazmine Barnes. This is the person authorities are searching for tonight.
And they believe this is his red truck. This is new surveillance video of that vehicle. Jazmine's family says this is what the man was driving.
Jazmine was shot in a drive-by shooting on Sunday, and the push to find her killer continues to grow.
Yes, we are awaiting a news conference with the Harris County Sheriff's Office at any moment here, and just as soon as that starts, we will get right to it. You can see as we take a peek at the podium there, everything is all set, and as soon as someone steps up to the mic, we'll get right to it. And
tonight, Jazmine's mother is pleading for justice.
She wants her daughter's killer to turn himself in. Jazmine's teen sister made eye contact with the shooter.
Like sick. Like he looked sick.
He had enough time to know that it was a woman with kids in the car, and everybody say I look pretty young, so it's like he should have knew that those were kids.
A Texan star receiver DeAndre Hopkins offering up heartfelt words and a kind gesture to Jazmine's family. He tweeted today, "When I see Jazmine Barnes' face, I see my own daughter." He pledged his Saturday playoff check to the family.
And NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal also helping out. He has teamed up with Houston police officer Kenneth Miles to help pay for Jazmine's funeral.
Now, if you want instant updates on the search for Jazmine's killer, you can download the KHOU 11 News app. We can push urgent news alerts on this and other stories right to your phone. Again, we're waiting for the news conference from the sheriff to start any minute now.
In other news tonight, we know more about who else may face charges surrounding that deadly accident on Aldine Mail Route Road that killed a McAllen woman on New Year's Day. So far, a 14-year-old boy is charged with murder. Prosecutors say the teen ran a red light and slammed into a pickup, killing the driver, 45-year-old Sylvia Zavala.
David Gonzalez sat down with prosecutors. And David, what is the latest on this case?
Hey, Ron and Mia, right now we may never know the exact specifics of this case because that 14-year-old boy is being charged as a juvenile. We are learning, though, that the driver of that other car, that tan 70s model Lincoln that was seen on surveillance chasing the SUV that was driven by that boy, may be facing some serious charges right now. The boy and two other teens allegedly were throwing eggs at cars, but surveillance video shows that the Lincoln was also running the red light. In Texas, if you're involved in a crash that hurts someone, you are required by law to stay at the scene and make sure that the person gets the help they need.
I believe that based on the surveillance footage and the statements that we already have, that the elements of that offense, failure to stop and render aid, death, have been met for the driver.
Failing to stop and render aid that results in death is considered a second-degree felony. And as far as a 14-year-old boy's parents, well, right now they may be held responsible in civil court if someone decides to take them to court. But right now there is nothing on the book that will hold them responsible for granting access to their vehicle to their 14-year-old son. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, David Gonzalez.
The 116th Congress begins today. For the first time in President Trump's presidency, he'll be dealing with a divided government. Democrats are taking control of the House of Representatives. They picked up 40 new seats. Nancy Pelosi won a floor vote to be elected the next Speaker of the House. The battle lines for the new Congress have already been drawn, and so far, neither side is showing any signs of compromise to end the 13-day-old partial government shutdown. Democrats refused to provide funding for President Trump's border wall, and Senate Republicans say they'll only support legislation President Trump will approve. And a special moment in history, the 116th Congress has the most women elected to the House in congressional history. That includes the first Native American and Muslim congresswomen. They are just a few of the more than 40 female freshmen.
Good evening. Ed Gonzalez, Harris County Sheriff. I'm joined here with Attorney Lee Merritt, that's been assisting the family, and invited him to be here and join us. As you can see, we've released a composite sketch just recently done. I want to give thanks to Lois Gibson, a longtime friend and 30-plus years experience, really the best in the business, and as well as the Houston Police Department for their assistance. And also, I believe we released some of the video footage. We had initially put out the still photo. This time it's a little bit of the moving, passing truck. It's been somewhat enhanced. I know it's still not the best in quality, but we've been working closely with NASA, so I want to thank them for a little bit of the enhancements. So hopefully, again, it could just give a different angle, a different view. As I've mentioned before, I spoke to the mother and the daughters again. Our deepest condolences to them. We're not going to rest until we find justice for Jazmine. I want to continue to thank our community for the outpouring of support that they've shown us, not only to us in law enforcement, to the Sheriff's Office in this investigation, but also to the family, to LaPortia, to Jazmine, everybody. It's just been so amazing. I want to thank Attorney Merritt, Sean King as well, at a national level for their advocacy and really encouragement and really helping elevate this narrative much, much higher. And so we're very grateful. It's our understanding that the reward money now is at about $100,000. So we're trying to finalize some things. We're also working here locally with Crime Stoppers as well. And we continue to ask and welcome any and all tips. We still are asking that if anybody has any video surveillance or anything, whether it be a business or residents, I know it happened over kind of the holiday weekend, so people were away. And so if we haven't approached you, please approach us. We continue to field calls. You could reach us at 713-221-6000. You could also call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS. And so again, right now it's important just to disseminate the composite sketch and also the enhanced video as well, and we're going to continue to pursue all leads. We're pursuing, again, every angle, leaving no stone unturned. There's no breaking developments today, but we're on it. We have a team out there. We're working with a lot of different law enforcement partners as well. Our Harris County Sheriff's Office investigators have been working tirelessly on this case. We have a mobile command station out there as well in East Harris County. So we could mobilize some things out there as well, and we're continuing to proceed with different strategies to try to find this coward of a killer, this person that does not need to be on our streets. And so, again, we ask for the public's help and support. If they see anything suspicious, to call it in. If they've had any previous run-ins and something similar to this, we would like to know as well, because it's important to see if we could connect the dots to anything else and make sure that this individual, this killer, does not harm anyone else. I'm briefly going to say it in Spanish. Estamos aquí esta tarde para seguir con la investigación de la pequeña ángel de Jazmine Barnes. Aquí tenemos una foto hablada que se acaba de terminar para poder dar una mejor descripción. Y también un video de la troca que anteriormente enseñamos la foto. Tenemos ahora la foto hablada y también un poco de video. Seguimos pidiendo al público que por favor, si nos pueden llamar al 713-221-6000 o a Crime Stoppers al 713-222-8477. Le exigimos al público que por favor nos sigan apoyando y dando oraciones a la familia, y también que se pongan en su lugar si esa sería la hija de usted. Me imagino que querían la misma tipo de cooperación y ayuda, y espero que nos puedan llamar. I did want to just note something. If you could see, you don't see a very noticeable beard. A little bit of a difference, and I think it's just in the terminology that maybe was used initially when we said a beard. And now, in looking at it in further detail and with more time to really glean some more information, we've determined that at least for now it looks more like a 5 o'clock shadow is what we're being told. So, you know, it could have grown out by now. Remember what I said, that it's very easy to change one's facial features, different things. So. Keep this in mind, and just keep an open mind that it could have grown out by now. It could have been completely shaven. There could be simply a mustache. So don't just limit it to this particular image, but try to, again, everything in totality from the vehicle that was used and the truck and other things. So at this point, I want to ask Attorney Merritt to please come up and address you, and then we'll open it up for questions afterwards.
I just want to again thank the sheriff and all the law enforcement community for their diligent work on this case. They have worked closely with the family from the very beginning. They've worked closely with Sean King and I as we get tips from the general community and coordinating as much of this information so it can be released to the public as possible. I want to reiterate what the sheriff has said about the changes to this image, because this is the first image that we're officially seeing. I don't think the people who are describing the suspect initially had the language, a stubble or a 5 o'clock shadow, but that's going to be an important distinction. You'll also notice the hood is at least colored here black. The witnesses said that they believe they saw a black hood as opposed to a red hood. They were able to add some more context about the thinness of his face, and they believed him to be a very thin person, pale skin, blue eyes is something that you won't see captured here. But this is as much detail as we can glean from the witnesses who were there after some reflection. And we're asking that this image be circulated widely, and that if anyone has seen anybody that matches this description, especially associated with that red, and again, speaking with the witnesses, it was a darker red or maroon truck. That information should continue to be circulated, and we are welcoming as many tips as possible as we hope to catch this man as quickly as possible. All right, thank you, Chief.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
In regards to the command post, what exactly are they doing? Are they going door to door? Are they looking for red trucks?
Well, the purpose of the command post is just to coordinate operations out there more directly out in the field. So it's a number of different strategies that we're deploying. So it's just to be closer to where the action is. And so that's all it is right now. It's just for coordination. And as I had said before, we do have steeped up patrols out there as well. So.
All right, we've been listening to a news conference from the Harris County Sheriff's Office. Ed Gonzalez speaking there, sharing more video of the suspect's truck and also a composite sketch just released in the past 15 minutes. They want to get this image out there. Varied description here from what we had heard earlier this week, with the suspect wearing a black hood now is seen here in the sketch. Very thin with some stubble, barely a 5 o'clock shadow on his face. They want to get this image out there. Of course, it's going to be up on our website and our social media as well. And they have more video of the truck that they're looking for as well. The sheriff doing whatever they can, the sheriff's department doing whatever they can to put more pressure on this person and to get more help from the public, looking for any kind of surveillance video anybody in that area may have. If you want instant updates on the search for Jazmine's killer, make sure you download the KHOU 11 News mobile app. We can push urgent news alerts on this and other stories right to your phone. And remember, you can watch the complete news conference on KHOU.com right now. We'll be right back.